The battle for our financial future is no longer just about interest rates, inflation, or Wall Street. It's about something far bigger: digital money versus political power, specifically Bitcoin, BTC, versus Donald J. Trump and his vision for America's financial system. In this video, we'll unpack what Bitcoin really is, why it matters, and how Trump's push for a national crypto reserve could shape or shake the global financial order. The stakes? Everything from the US dollar's dominance to your own savings. What is Bitcoin and why it changed everything? Bitcoin was introduced in 2009 by an anonymous developer or group known as Satoshi Nakamoto. It's the first decentralized cryptocurrency, meaning there's no central bank or single institution controlling it. Instead, it runs on a distributed network of computers, nodes, verifying transactions via blockchain. Its supply is fixed. At most, 21 million Bitcoins will ever exist. That makes Bitcoin very different from traditional fiat money, which governments can print in unlimited amounts. That scarcity is baked into the code. Many supporters see Bitcoin not just as a currency, but as digital gold, a store of value designed to resist inflation, currency debasement, and political interference. But Bitcoin also comes with massive volatility. Its price has soared to record highs, crashed dramatically, and then recovered more than once. So if Bitcoin represents an alternative, a decentralized people's money, then we must ask, how does government respond? And perhaps more importantly, what happens when a major political force openly embraces Bitcoin? Trump's changing stance, from skepticism to crypto president. That brings us to Donald J. Trump. His relationship with Bitcoin and crypto has evolved dramatically over the years, and that evolution may matter more than you think. Back in 2019, when he was still president, Trump bluntly wrote on social media, "I am not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which are not money. Their value is highly volatile and based on thin air." He insisted the real currency in the USA remains the US dollar. Fast forward to 2024, at the major Bitcoin conference in Nashville, Trump switched tone. He proposed the idea of a strategic Bitcoin stockpile, pledging that if elected president, he would keep 100% of all Bitcoin the US government currently holds or acquires into the future. By March 2025, he signed an executive order establishing a formal US strategic Bitcoin reserve, along with a broader digital asset stockpile. The intention: treat federal government-held cryptocurrencies as reserve assets. The White House. Trump has also publicly declared that he wants the US to become the Bitcoin superpower and the crypto capital of the world. He has pushed for mining to happen domestically. He said that in a new administration, all future Bitcoin will be mined in the US. In short, a political figure once doubting crypto is now positioning himself and his policies as radically pro-crypto. That flip alone has shaken confidence, stirred up the crypto community, and raised serious questions about how far this alignment of Bitcoin and government could go. What Trump's crypto push means and why it's significant. So what does all this matter for everyday people, for markets, for global finance? 1. Bitcoin becomes part of national strategy. By making Bitcoin a reserve asset, the US government could treat it like gold or foreign currency reserves that would rewrite centuries-old norms of national fiscal policy and fundamentally challenge the role of the dollar. 2. Institutional adoption and legitimacy. Government endorsement adds credibility. If the government is holding and refusing to sell Bitcoin, institutions may be more willing to invest. Crypto goes from niche to mainstream. 3. Economic and geopolitical competition. If the US positions itself as a crypto superpower, it's signaling that finances and currencies of the future might not be just about dollars and treasuries, but digital, global, decentralized money that challenges other global powers and could shift how international trade works. 4. Innovation, regulation, and risk. With the US embracing crypto, innovation could accelerate. Better exchanges, new financial products, global liquidity. But increased regulation and enforcement come too, especially around custody, taxation, illicit uses, and stability. 5. Impact on everyday citizens. This could affect inflation, savings, asset diversification, and financial privacy. For investors and savers, Bitcoin offers an alternative, but one that's volatile, speculative, and not yet universally accepted for everyday transactions. Where Bitcoin still faces challenges, even with government backing. It's not all smooth sailing. Even if the political winds shift, Bitcoin still has serious structural risks. Volatility, prices still swing wildly, What looks like a rally can reverse fast. That makes it risky as a store of value or everyday currency. Decentralization versus control. Bitcoin's core appeal is decentralization. Government involvement, large reserves, or national mining mandates could conflict with that principle. Critics argue it undermines what made Bitcoin attractive in the first place. Energy consumption and mining centralization. Mining Bitcoin is resource-heavy. If mining becomes centralized in a few US-based facilities, it could reduce diversity and network resilience, risking one of the core strengths of Bitcoin. Regulatory and legal uncertainty. Even with friendly policies now, future administrations or global regulatory shifts can change the calculus. Cryptocurrency still operates in a legal gray area in many countries. Adoption and utility. For Bitcoin to truly become part of everyday financial life, adoption must grow among businesses, banks, governments, and citizens. Right now, many people still treat it purely as speculation. The real battle for financial future. What's at stake? This isn't just a story about Bitcoin or about Trump. It's a crossroads for our global financial system, a test of what kind of money and what kind of economy we want. Will money remain centralized, controlled, and governed by states and central banks? Or will money become decentralized, digital, borderless, and resistant to political manipulation? If the US pushes forward with a national crypto reserve, regulatory clarity, and support for mining and adoption, while other nations resist, America could try to lead in this new financial era. But that path comes with political risks, social resistance, and economic disruption. For individuals, whether long-term investors, everyday savers, or just curious onlookers, this means tough decisions. Do you trust traditional banking and fiat currencies with their stability and history? Or do you bet on a digital financial future that is still young, volatile, and uncertain, but with very big upside? What you need to know as a citizen, investor, or observer. If you're watching this unfold, here are the real takeaways. Understand that Bitcoin isn't just internet money. It's a disruptive financial technology built to challenge the status quo. Recognize that political support changes the game. When a major world power treats crypto as a strategic asset, adoption and legitimacy rise. But stay realistic. Bitcoin remains volatile, speculative, and imperfect. Don't treat it like a guaranteed savings plan or short-term investment. Educate yourself. Learn how crypto works, how to manage risk, and how to think long-term. As regulations evolve, knowledge becomes your best asset. Diversify, whether in savings, investments, or currency. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Bitcoin can be part of a portfolio, but probably not the whole thing. Final thoughts. The battle is just beginning. So what's the truth? The future of money may be up for grabs. On one side stands Bitcoin, decentralized, scarce, global, and driven by code and consensus. On the other side stands political power, national policy, and institutions that have shaped finance for centuries, now embracing crypto, trying to integrate it into the fabric of statecraft. The clash isn't just ideological, it's economic, it's generational. It's about whether the next decades will belong to centralized control or decentralized freedom. If you believe in transparent money, financial sovereignty, and the power of technology, Bitcoin represents hope. If you believe in stability, regulation, and institutions, Trump's plan may offer structure, legitimacy, and mass adoption. That's the battle for the financial future, and it's one you can't ignore. If you found this video useful, if it helped illuminate the stakes, the players, and what's possible, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Which side of the future do you believe in, Bitcoin or historic order? Because this isn't just about money. It's about who controls money and who we trust with our financial future. See you in the next video.